our discussion on what was given for the modern Western medicine, and Ayush doctors shall also be the tertiary beneficiaries. Now we are going to the Ayurveda budget. See, the Ayurveda budget, the center has told that it has given a 20% increase from the last year. Last year till now it was 12 to 14% increase every year. But last year they had declared 3,900 crores and odd, but they have only spent 3,600 crores and odd. So this is the revised estimate for which they give 20%. Otherwise, this is actually the same 12 to 14%. So the government wants to show to us that it is very, it likes Ayush and it is working for Ayush. That is why it is quoting that it has given 20% increase and we are getting 4,400 crores. So the reading which goes is very few lines when you compare it with the allopathic, discussion, but it is very, very, very deep. Okay. So our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am has proposed that 3 All India Institute of Ayurveda shall be set in India to meet the global demand for Ayurvedic medicine. All India Institute of Ayurveda, one is there in Delhi, one is there in Goa. Where would they start the next Ayurveda? All India Institute of Ayurveda, 28 states are there. Every state is going to fight for one if the chief ministers are vociferous, or the health ministers in every state should ask, right? Are they all asking for an All Indian Institute? Everybody should fight for an All India Institute for Ayurveda in their state. Will they do that? So they should fight. Then only they will start more centers. And we have, I am from Tamil Nadu. One is there in National Institute of Siddha is there in Tamil Nadu. But there is huge policy differences between the center and state because of Sanskrit and Tamil in Tamil Nadu. So I don't know if the state is going to ask for it. And I feel the central government should have clear policy regarding how they are going to encourage the practice of Ayurveda, Sanskrit-based medicine in Tamil Nadu. If they are not able to uplift Ayurveda doctors through the state government, I request that the state government attach these Ayush colleges with IITs or Central Institute of Sanskrit so that they get proper funds and proper teaching, for no other reason than that the children who are themselves Tamilians would be happy throughout their course, would come out as happy doctors after their course. Okay. And so All India Institute of Ayurveda, they're going to start 3. And our FM, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am, also discussed on the significance of World Health Organization's Global Traditional Medicinal Center. To my knowledge, 8 crores they have already spent in, for the laying the foundation of GCTM, and they are to spend 25 crores totally till the 2036 for policy making alone. What is this Global Center of Traditional Medicine? It is going to be the head of all the traditional medicine practices across India at Gujarat. So in India, we will have our own center, which is the head of all the traditional medicine systems. It could be America or Europe or, England or Australia. So it is a very proud moment. Why is she telling this? There we are already started making policy for evidence and learning, data and analytics, sustainability and equity and innovation. For these, the policies are being made of, and Ayush doctors in very short time, when you are as old as me, you will have huge future in this center. Now, there's another point. Why I was thinking of, why is the center not able to allocate more fund for Ayush when you compare it with modern Western medicine? It is because the country has been sleeping post-independence. We were not proud of and not confident of Ayush systems till COVID came, right? Till COVID came, even the media was completely against Ayush system. Thankfully, after COVID, there are plenty of media channels who are working for, who are voicing also Ayush therapies. Number 1. Number 2, let us understand that the modern Western medicine is being run. The innovation and the clinical trials are mostly made not in India but in Western countries. Of course, we respect the ICMR. It is also bringing up lots of allopathic medicines, right? So most of the clinical trials, it is being designed in US or UK or Europe. And for that matter, the vaccines are being tested even in rhesus monkeys even till date. While setting an animal testing lab is not at all possible in India with monkeys, because we have the PETA activists, right? They will not allow you to do any animal experiments also. Why am I discussing this? Is this huge amount of money and lobby in the pharmaceutical industry of modern Western medicine. And the government is also getting lots of revenue from the Western medicine, while it's not the case with the Ayush industry, with the pharma industry. Although Ayush medicinal industry, I found out that it is 1.34, 1.75 lakh crore is being made in the medicine industry and the service industry by the Ayush industry, okay, which is less compared with the allopathic industry. So that being the case, the center is not able to allocate funds, number one. Number two, the beneficiaries in the Ayush industry are not well developed as the allopathic industry. You very clearly have different skilled people in allopathic industry, while it's not the case in the Ayush industry also. So this is being developed in the GCTM. So budget has been allocated for that, number two. And the allocation for All India Institute of Ayurveda has been reduced by 12%. And the funding for Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda has also been declined. So how has Ayush benefited in this budget is, it is the tertiary benefits through the budgeting of the modern Western medicine, and also the work at GCTM has begun. And the main point which FM ma'am, I think she did not discuss in the parliament, is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he has signed the mother of all trade agreements with the EU. This is one important point which the common man and the Ayush doctors will have to carry in the mind. Last week, the Prime Minister openly called for to Ayush doctors and Ayush pharmacies to be ready, because in 1 year the EU agreement will come into action. What have they asked the EU? EU is a group of the European countries, right? 17, 18 nations, to my knowledge. Germany, European nations like Britain, France, everything is there. Italy is there. Okay. What is the agreement is, the people, the governments in these nations must allow Ayush practitioners to treat their common man, and they should bring in policy changes so that Ayush practitioners who are there in Europe shall be able to practice without fear. This is surely the mother of all trade agreements in history of India. Not just India, but globally itself, because they would be able to get proper Ayush advice from Ayush doctors, right? That's really a fantastic deal which we've strived, but we have a long way to go, right? Miles to go before we sleep. We cannot sleep, the Ayush practitioners, because you have to reach to the Europe. You have to share the ideas with Europeans. What are you going to upgrade? I'm pretty sure the pharmacies like us, I am a director of IMCOPS, we have to upgrade ourselves so that we are able to export our medicines to EU. How are we going to upgrade? You have to change your bottles, you have to change your stickers, you have to go to their standards. What standards are they going to ask? Heavy metals is a huge question. We have to reply to the European nations. How are you going to take your heavy metals scientifically? How are you going to ensure that your organic herbs do not carry any heavy metals? Come on. So this is why the scientific budget has been allocated, and that 10,000 crore has gone to biopharma. There I'm sure the Indian government will sit and form the framework of how to do a clinical trial, right? So we have a long way to go. And so this is February, right? Anyway, I wish a happy New Year in the first quarter of the year, and I start wishing from the last month of the year. So wish you all very happy New Year, happy budgeting, and we'll look into other parameters of our common man's life also, and people who belong to the states who are going to vote have all these mind, and we are the fifth leg of democracy. We shall vote. And we shall encourage whoever be our state governments to work for the health and welfare of we all Indians and the world. Thank you all.